And then start screen. So share. Just this side. Something comments that you have. Okay, if you want to see your service answer for the one you did, some of you put it in the dashboard. Thank you so much. We just have to go to Google. First step to see the answer. How are you? We go to Google, our personal Google, or Reform University Google. I think majority of you use Reform University, right? So we go to our Google. I don't like to use Reform for this because don't let other people to complete. So I just use my Google, and then I go to the dots, and then I go to. One second. Momento, por favor. One moment. Okay. Por favor. Okay, now I go to my Google Forms here, and then I go to the survey I wanna see, the latest I did, and then I just go to responses. And now this is the way I can see my results on my survey, the ones you did already. You can see your results. Some of you have answers, 1, 2, 3, 20, 50. How many answers you have? If it's 0, it's okay. No stress. Pero 7, that's a good number. 7. It's okay. It's okay. We are just practicing here, of course, and we are not targeting the population that we are doing the research, right? Of course, it's okay. But it's simulation. It's a simulation that we are doing a real research with real customers or population. So that's it. So we are making the simulation that you and me are the customer for Jax, for Aman, for Tron, for Juliana, for Ingy, etc., etc., etc. All of your beautiful names. So we are making the fake that I am your customer. Actually, I'm completing your service because I want that you collect some answers. So I'm gonna keep doing that until you have some answer. Again, as a simulation. This one, for example, was a real survey that I did for, was a test that I did for managers in hotel area. And I just can see some words in Spanish because I just did it in both language. And then that's how I see my results. You can go to your Google Forms, the last survey and responses. My community is okay. How to get these answers? If it's 1, it's fine. If it's 0, just try to submit it. Send it to somebody, send the link, put it in the dashboard, and I will do my best. And all of us here will do the best to help everybody and complete some service so we can get some answer. Just for practice. It's for practice. Again, because we are not reaching the real population. It's fine. And then once we have some answer, we will be able to see the results like that. And we are able to copy the results and to actually copy and paste. Let's say I'm going to do results, survey results, etc. Right? I'm making a simulation here again, an example. Survey results for general managers. I'm just making an example with you right now, okay? Being creative. So once I have my general managers decision making, planning, any survey that you are doing, okay? The topic that you having, I'm gonna work with you with this, and then once we have the PowerPoint, we put the date. It's important because we have a presentation here. So I'm saying February. So I will write February. Because remember, you are presenting this data to your stakeholders, to your investors, customers, let's say, in this case, one big customer will be your stakeholders, probably your your customer from your research. So I will put new and then Control V. I have my first graphic here. Results, for example. Of course, in the first page, what I will, in the real life, right, in the business sector, I will tell you that explain the methodology that you use and explain the survey purpose or research purpose, okay? I'm trying to give you some insights, some advice about how you will present your presentations, how you will present your data, how you will communicate when you have data to your stakeholders, okay? Persons that are interested in this information that you collected, okay? It's understandable more or less what I'm trying to transfer. So in order to detect, I'm going to write everything in caps lock, okay? Hi, in order to detect the satisfaction level of the managers, okay, now we will explain what we did. Okay, don't do like me writing everything in caps lock. Of the managers, a survey was created. So you are explaining what happened here. That's it, simple. Explain what you did. Survey was created using, in this case, Google Form technology. What happened? Just describe what happened, simple. And another recommendation, using the technology, I like to do with you right now so you can see. I don't bring you anything developed so you can see what I'm doing. So using the technology with auto administrated, I'm going to make mistake, but questionnaire. I'm doing fast, okay? But it's just to let you know. So I'm explaining that I use the technology with self-administrated questionnaire. So my population complete the questionnaire by themselves. Or because sometimes we can administrate the questionnaire to them. You and me can just ask to them directly or using the technology directly asking to them. That's another way we can apply the research. Okay, but in this case, what you did is that you develop a questionnaire in Google Form. So that's it. And then, for example, okay, 230 response were collected. Okay, were collected. So we are explaining what happened here. Again, that's it. What happened? And that's how I will present in my real business world to my stakeholder the results. Simple. And then going to the data, boom. And the analysis. What is the analysis? What happened in this graphic? So what is the analysis for this graphic? Very simple, that 60.7% of this population of the 28 responses belong to the Caribbean. That's it. So what I want to do here is to write what I see in the graphic. Just that, the most important aspect. 60% of the population belongs to the Caribbean area. And I keep going with the rest. In this case, you see the presentation that Google Form give you is not the best, to be honest. So what I used to do is I transfer this to Excel. Remember, in the real business sector, I transfer to Excel and I manage my graphic using Excel instead of copying directly from Google Form. Let me go back. I know I'm making you, why she's telling us all of this? Because I want that you learn when you are alone by yourself in 3 years later or 6 months later or 3 days later, that you have to present data, you have at least an idea. Okay, I develop a questionnaire. Step 1. First, I know what I want to know. 2, I develop my questionnaire. 3, I administrate the questionnaire. 4, I collect the data. 5, I, clear the data, process the data. I present the data. And then I will be able to explain the data, the results that I got to my stakeholder, customer, whatever, everything I'm doing. With this data, I will be able to take decisions and prepare solutions for the population that I'm working with. Because if I know that the majority of my population belongs to the Caribbean sector, for example, making a fake that this is real right now, I will say that the solutions I have to provide to this population have to be focused in this sector. Thinking that we are doing this now, okay? Makes sense what I'm saying? It's not understandable. It's just practical. I'm just trying to put you in the practical world, like put you how the things work in the instead of something else. Say it, Jack.
Theory.
Exactly. That's how we present the data. And I want the challenge for you and me will be, okay, we have the data so pretty, but how we will use the data? How we gonna make this data work for me? How we will make the data produce resources for us, for the business that you have or the sector that you are working. Okay. But anyway, so this, what I'm showing you right now is the idea how to do the assignment actually that I have for you for this week, is this. Transfer the data to the PowerPoint. My advice for you, try to put the best effort you can, because if you do the best effort you can for the future, you can have better ways to present your information to your community, right? To the people that you are working. So the next here, the next step is the same. Second question, I copy, I transfer to Excel. Let me show you something else after I keep going. So once I have my data here, if you want to say something, say it. Don't be shy. So if I want to transfer my data to Excel to make a better job, I won't be picky with you. You can copy and paste and I will be happy. But for your mental health in the future, I'm going to Excel and I transfer my data. I click on view in Sheets and now you see I have my data in Excel. Okay? And Bielka, what I'm going to do with all of this? Okay, what I will do to present this data in a better way, I will create pivot table. Okay, so I select my column. This is not for the assignment. It's for your life. Okay, so step one, I go to pivot table. I go to Excel. Remember, I click on the cross, the green cross in the top. In Google Forms, in this case, I can do it in SPSS. I can do it in a system from Nielsen, from everywhere you imagine. It's the same foundation at the end. So if you have idea a little bit, you can be resourceful with other systems. Anyway, we transfer this to Excel. Let me go back because I know that sometimes I am excited and I do fast. I am here in Google Form. It's a free tool. You don't pay anything. You are collecting data in Google Form. Once I'm there, I click on my green cross here. And my community is with me, more or less. Remember, I repeat again, for the assignment that I will explain you in a few seconds, you don't need to transfer anything to Excel. It's for your life. I go here, and then I am able to transfer to Excel. I think my computer didn't ask me that, but it's going to ask you, you want in a new sheet or no? Something like that. I don't know what you see.
Link to sheet and select existing sheet.
Or new. You can do new, no? So
Create a new spreadsheet.
new, yeah, click on new. So it's gonna give you a new Excel file. And then it's gonna be like that, right? And then create, and you are good to go. It's gonna ask you create, and now Ingy have it, that's it, her data. It's just a little, but it's something. It's one answer, but you have something. don't worry. As soon as more respondents answer the questions, you will have 3,000 answers. Okay, it depends the needs, it depends the population, it depends everything. Right now, again, we are practicing. We don't have the database that we want. It's okay. So I'm here in Excel. What I'm gonna do? I'm recording this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm making sure because sometimes I want the. Okay, I select my column. It doesn't matter if I am in Excel, what data I have. The pivot table works like that. A lot of you are tired of this pivot table. You hear it before, maybe, yeah. So, but anyway, insert pivot table, and I will do in a new one. And then what I will do is to choose my variable for my pivot table. This version is not the one that maybe you are seeing now because this version is anyway, let's see if I can do it. I have to transfer this data. You see, there is kind of craziness here. Add value. It's better in the regular Excel because this one is I'm gonna delete this one. Probably you will see something different than me, okay? Because this is not what I'm looking for exactly, but it's just to give you an idea, okay? Anyway, I have kind of a pivot table here, and once I have my pivot table, imagine that we have everything set up. It's kind of a little practice, okay? And a little work. So I will be able to insert a chart, more or less, okay? But this is the idea. Now we have a chart. My opinion works better here than the version from the, maybe for you, you say, I see the same, Bielka, but for me, I don't know. It's maybe my preference. Maybe you will think something else. Maybe for you it's the same. But in my practical life, in business sector, I like to go to this Excel, and works better for me to explain the results that I got in my research. Works makes sense a little? Yeah. You're my tester. You tell me. You tell me. It's okay. It's not. And Tron face also is my tester. I use Tron. I have some tester here. I see the face. I say, okay, it's working. Maybe no. Maybe yes. Inara also tell me stuff. She give me the feedback later. I have some tester here. So I do my research. I do my research because I want to serve my population effectively. So once we have this, the same people, what I do is to transfer this to PowerPoint. Maybe you say, no, this is too much work. Some people go directly to Excel and present like that. I like to go to PowerPoint. Some communities like to put everything in the Prezi. Prezi now is charging for using Prezi. Prezi, I talk a little bit about Prezi. It's another, like a PowerPoint. But PowerPoint is still alive, it's still being useful. So I keep using PowerPoint. Another way to present data, like you did last time, and I like it so much, especially when we are dealing with direct customer, is the infographic. We use Canva. So we can actually export or export manually the data to Canva. If you want to give to your audience only one infographic, you can do like that. What we do in the regular work, we present this data to the executives, and then the whole population get an infographic. And for everybody, let's say you want to present this data to your employees, to your executives, you give them the data like this, and to all your employees, you can make an infographic so they can be part of the organization. They feel part of the team. what you will do. This is something you did before. No, never. Yes, no. Some of you yes, some of you no. But you think this is something you can use, or we need to repeat? Maybe we had to make a video or something like that. But I am transferring you the idea. Some of you have this system in your computers. PSP Pyre. Okay. So let me show you this real quick. So if we go to Google and we type in Google search PSP Pyre download, you will see something like this. Let's do it again so you can see what I'm talking about. People, if you have comments, tell me, because if you don't tell me, I cannot help you properly, you know? Okay, PSP Pyre free download. So what I did is just to download from here. Also, you can go to there is another icon like a goat. What is the goat? Yeah, you can download in the goat. That's other icon that you will see, and here you can download. You tell me that you are very technology people, so I let you to do it. Yeah, I have some community here that is, okay, Bielka, we know, don't bother me. So do it. PSP Pyre. If you don't do, it's fine. You're not gonna have any trouble because I don't gonna put any assignment with this. No assignment. But I want that you know what I'm talking about. Okay, once you download, you will see something like this. This is SPSS. PSP Pyre is, as you can see, is a copy of SPSS. But I'm using now for practice, because before I used to buy SPSS and I teach you like this, and then I make you download the demo. You can do the demo of SPSS, but the demo will be like, I think 2 or 1 month with you, and then you lose it. So if we go to spss.com and you want to download the demo with me, I am so happy because we can practice a little bit together, at least 1 week, and you can have some idea. So what is IBM SPSS statistic is more safe for your computer, I guess, because it's the real IBM, and then we download a demo. Once you download a demo one time, it won't let you have it anymore, unless we buy. But to buy it is another process that I don't want that you do. Okay, so SPSS statistic, you can do that too. And then in here, it's gonna tell you download the demo. I did it many times before, but here, try SPSS statistic for free. I'm here, and I'm gonna have 30-day trial with 1 email ID. That's it. But once we download, then once we practice, no more. So I won't download anything, but you can. If you do it, please let me know, because I want that you have kind of experience with this. It's for your life. It will be good. So, okay, what you will see when you download your SPSS is something similar to that. And then we are able to insert the data manually here, or transfer our data to SPSS, and then you can analyze from there. But why SPSS if this is like Excel? Because this system is specialized on data analysis and will give you much more options that Excel gives to you. But later, like I did before, I transfer my graphic, this kind of data, I transfer to Excel, because at the end, Excel is the king of the graphic presentation. So I go to Excel. At the end, I always go back to Excel. But to analyze data, my advice for you, this is. And if you go again, I was going to Indeed with you. If you go to Indeed and you put research, you will see in a lot. If you research a little bit in a lot of positions, They will say SPSS, SPSS, or similar database, which is once you know SPSS, you can manage everything. So what I do here in SPSS, I go to variable view. Variable view is a demonstration because I know you don't have the system now, okay? It's a demonstration. So I go to variable view. Let me delete this. See if the computer let me. I can click something. Let me go new so I don't. Yeah, but I don't want this. So I open a new data set, and when I have in my page brand new, it's gonna open for you brand new. So you go to variable view. I know you are not doing this. Okay, I'm fine. It's just a demonstration, okay? So I go to this, and imagine that I have paper service. Bianca, how we can use paper survey 2024? Yes, still alive. Still alive, the data in hand, in paper. So here in this survey that I was showing you last week, it says, and this is a real survey from Nielsen, they sent at the end of last year, and they were asking to the household, which type of TV shows do you watch? They were sending in paper. So my the first I will do is to add the name of my variable. So my name of my variable, it says here TV show. I'm gonna give you so you see what I'm talking about. So you can see in this survey, it's a real survey. The first say TV show, right? TV show. So that's the name of my variable. Let me go to. Okay, people, 1 second because I have a inconvenience here, I think. Ay, Dios mío, ayúdame. Okay. Okay, my first variable, not an assignment, okay, people, is demonstration. TV show. So TV show is my first variable. And then you will see now everything changed. Now I just write TV show and that's it. And all of this happened. So now in my decimal, I don't have to change this, it's fine, but I will do 0. I click the minus sign twice and now I have 0. And here, if I click twice, I click, like double click. Now I am able to add the value of my variable. So you see the first value in this survey that you have is comedy. So I type 1 and then comedy. By add. I click on add and I add the first value. So every time a respondent say comedy, 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 comedy is 1, 1, 1. Every time you're gonna have 3,000 surveys like this. Every time you see comedy, 1. And then you are so fast and you learn the codes like this. Once you do this 3 times, you learn the codes. Okay, 1 comedy, 2 drama, 3 news. So the 2 is drama. And then you will say, somebody want to say something. Say it because I hear the noise and I cannot teach like that. Somebody want to say something. Number 3 is news. Add. I click on add. And then the number 4 is sports. Add. And then number 5 it's other. Okay. When this happened to me, others, It depends the needs of the research. I'm gonna do like this order, but probably what I expect in this research is every time they find another one, another gender is gonna become a new code, new code, new code. And at the end, they're gonna finish with a lot of codes. Maybe 99, 90, I don't know. As soon as they find more categories. If the category is strongly enough to add a number, okay? So then we hit okay. Okay, and now I have my value labels inside of my matrix of data. So imagine that we codify everything. We are coding now. I know you get excited. Sometimes you want to talk, but help me now. Help me now. So once we have all the values of the variable, everything, like we put all the you don't know this is hard, people. You don't have idea. You have idea. Some of you have. Okay. So anyway, we are here. We put the label. And imagine that we did every single label for the whole survey. This is not the whole survey. You know, I just copy the front. Once we are done in data view, I click on here, data view, and I'm able to see the data matrix, right? Now, every time I put number 1, my code is gonna come, TV show. And you see in the top is comedy. And then you click on view, value label, and every time you write a number, it's gonna become a word. Okay, now 2, 3. So every time a respondent say something, of course, 22 is not gonna work because it's not a code, it's not a sign yet, right? So you understand what I was doing? More or less idea. It's for an idea because we don't. So once we have the data, imagine we have a robust survey with all the codes. Now I'm able to analyze my data. Dilka, but I have to put everything manually. Yes. In this case, yes, because we have a survey in paper. And every time we have an answer, it's a new code, new code, new code, new code. And every time it's this, and it's going to be full of data. A lot of work, yes. That's why they paid a lot for this. So, okay, once you have this, we go insert, analyze descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics. I can do frequency, I can do descriptive, I can do crosstab. It's a whole story. But let's start with frequency. Frequency, and then I'm going to transfer my variable to the box, to the other box. I hit OK. And another file will come. They call it output. Output will come in. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? It's always high. It's always high in the back. Oh, I'm going to be able to see it soon. But it's going to come here. Oh, Dios mío. Where is it? Now to find the file. Now this is the challenge because I have a lot of things open. Okay, this is the file. And you can see the results, fake results, because I just, I invented with you right now. But you will be able to see which percent of, say, every single answer, okay? You will see the data, the results of your data. Frequency, graphic, the standard deviation. This is how much your results are far away from the central tendency. Another story, right? And it's going to give you the central tendency measurement, which is minimum minus 18, maximum 45. More analysis, but we keep practicing. This is practice, people. It's a lot of practice. No, seeing one time is not the best, but it's an idea. So that you know now that SPSS is a tool that can give you the results of the data, the results of the survey that you have, and you can do everything, you name it. For example, last one, okay? I can go graphs, I can have my analysis by variables. I can cross stuff. I can do bivariate analysis. For example, I can say from the students on reform, the gentlemen have, for example, I'm just creating now, but I can relay how satisfied are the ladies, how satisfied are the gentlemen with Reform University. I don't know, you name it. Anything you want, you can cross the bivariate analysis. You can do everything with this system. That's why I want that you see it. So once you have, I already make another one. In my same output, I will have my graphic, all my everything. Like, it's a lot of data that you can analyze using SPSS. This graphic, to present to your stakeholder is not the best, but it's a specialized system on data analysis. I'm not receiving anything to promote them, but it looks like, right? But no, it's better. I want that you have idea because this is useful for your life. In the future, I don't know what you will do, and it's good that you know this exists. It's practice. It's a lot of work. Yeah, no, it's not enough to see a little seconds this. You need to be practicing. But if you download the system, I see almost everybody have computer. If we download the system, we can practice at least one day, and I can leave you something that you can use. But I'm gonna leave this like try to download or download the demo in IBM. The demo will give you 1 month, 30-day trial. And we can practice with that for next week. What do you think? It's for your own good. I won't put assignment.
Is the demo those ones where if you forget to cancel?
No, don't ask for credit card. I know what you mean because been dealing with this 20 years ago. Yeah, this system don't ask you credit card. You can try and you will see that don't ask you any credit card. It's just a demo. The system send you email later that it's just for advertising. Yeah. So, but no, it won't charge you. But you can see you have little, view how it works. It's very effective. Anyway, let's go back. But this is the practice for the collecting the information for your, for you. Something, question, complaint, situation. Let's go back to the community here. Something that you saw before. Some of you have experience with SPSS before in the past. Yes. Some yes, some no. I know you're tired. I know my community. Using your information. That's what we were doing today, using the information. That's the practice. And here, this is anonymous. I don't know. Okay, this is anonymous. I just opened some of your surveys. I did it on purpose to analyze how we process the questionnaire, okay? How we develop questionnaire, you and me together. So, for example, if we see this questionnaire, this is one of you, anonymous. I'm not saying names, and I won't say names. For example, in this questionnaire, we have some introduction here, right? My advice for this questionnaire will be, instead of maybe this phrase is a phrase like using about fashion, I will say this opposite. Help us to know your interest in fashion. I will say, hi, we are developing this research to understand your satisfaction or preference with fashion. The answers are anonymous. Very important that we explain that to our population. and explain to your population that, the research team are not able to see who answered this or your preference. I don't know, something like that to protect the customer and give them safe that we are not chasing them or something like that. And we won't sell the data or something like that, right? So you buy clothes which you like regardless of the current fashion. In this case, I will tell to the researcher, do the opposite, maybe, okay? This is my observation. Instead of you buy clothes which you like, I will, regardless of the current fashion, what kind of clothes do you like? So to make the question in simple words more understandable, right? But again, this is practice. This is made by us as a student, so I get it. It's just for you as researcher to have this in mind. Dichotomic question, agree or disagree. I like it when we start to develop a survey because it's a way we can discriminate the customer if they are. You have comments to add for this survey? Yes, no? I know my community is excited for this, but help me, okay? If you have suggestions for this research, say it, because that's how we learn from each other. You're going to build more questionnaire in the future, so don't call me then Sunday 10 a.m. Did I did questionnaire right? 3 months later, 1 year later, right? You can do it, it's fine. But I want that you have the skill, right? At least. Or if you see one of your team members that did a questionnaire, you are able to have a critical analysis and say, okay, we need to fix this or that. Maybe you will have people doing this for you, but I need that you know everything. Okay, do you prefer online shopping in a store purchase? Do you prefer? Here, what I see is that the researchers is a little pushing the answer. Do you prefer online shopping? I will ask instead of this, what is your, maybe the way I will do, okay? What is the better platform for you in order to purchase? Instead of mentioning the platform or instead of mentioning if it's online or in person, and then I do it here. In simple words, what I want to tell you is try to develop your questionnaire, not giving the answer to your respondent in the question. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm... let's try to be the most neutral possible. It's okay. I know it's a practice, but I want that you have this in your head, okay? And here, I'm the researcher in this class, one of you, is asking, what kind of Indian attire do you prefer? Maybe I will ask to the customer first, here is what you prefer clothing style. But then I will ask to my respondent, do you use Indian attire? Because we don't know, we are not 100% sure if my customers here are engaged with Indian attire. So maybe I have to add in between, okay? Even I know the researcher did it here, but needs another confirmation, just to give you an idea, okay? If you have some recommendation for this research, let me know. We can make it together. And the same here, okay? For example, this research here from this class, put a small blank meal app, maybe need some introduction, right? We have to explain, I know it's a practice. And how often do you prioritize? I like so much the way they did it here. How often do you prioritize this? Neutral, and that's it, okay? Eating healthy meals in your daily routine, it doesn't make any noise to me. I see it okay. But anyway, you see, this is the more of the structure that you are using for your questionnaire, okay? But imagine, remember that this is a practice, but in the future, you will do a lot of surveys for your customer team, etc. Always trying to be neutral when you ask anything. So you don't push them to answer, are you satisfied with the service that you received today? is not the best advice for you guys. Like when you ask to your customer, are you satisfied with this? You have something for me? Yes, comments. Balaji.
That's Balaji.
It's fine. But that's how we learn. This is what we call in the peer review revision. You as professional, because you are professionals in the high level of education, you are able to give advice to other professionals in the high level of education and give and tell them, for example, what if this structure of these questions are able to collect the data that we need. Because again, you will do more research that is not for practice, like this one that we are making a simulation. But I want that you have this skills to analyze. Make sure that your questions collect the data that you need. It's very important being neutral, not pushing the customers to say certain stuff because that can interfere in the quality of the data that we collect if we push them a little. And sometimes we do that without purpose because we are in the research and we have some assumptions, some ideas about how the things is going on. That's why it's good that other professionals in a high level, like you are, can see these structures, and somebody that is not maybe implied, is not involved in the research, see it. And it's important that we test these questionnaires because that's how we know the mistakes that we have as researchers. All of us have mistakes. That's why I'm seeing this with you, so you can see, to learn from each other, because all of you did different questionnaires. And for me, for practice purposes, fine. We are collecting the data. We have some things that maybe we need to take care in terms of the system, but this is practice. It's practice. Maybe the option 7, we won't have this in the real questionnaire because we don't know. Because, we're going to have a missing values, like you saw in SPSS, etc., etc. What are your observations? Tell me, what is your observation comparing the process in paper and the process with technology? Because now you saw something. First, you saw the developing of the questionnaire. Second, and you did it already by yourself. Third, you saw how we extract the data from the technology with this tool that we have. It's very basic, but it's Google Form. We use that. And third, another one is that you saw how we process the data in another more specialized system, which is SPSS. What is your comment? One word that you have in your head? Something. What comes to your mind? Seeing all of this dynamic. Tell me something. When you are so talkative now, talk to me. I'm ready. Tell me, what is your observation? One comment, one word. One word. I'm easy. I take one word. Tell me. Tell me. I'm going to stay here forever waiting for you. What else? What else you have for me? Comments. Think about this dynamic. I show you the real survey from Nielsen in paper. We go to SPSS. I demonstrate you how to code. You didn't do it, but you saw a little bit. You saw how the system, the output, how the system show you the data, how we can present the data. We did a little demonstration. We send it to PowerPoint. We kind of type more or less the idea. What is your comment? It's a lot of work. You don't like research. You don't like data in your life. What do you think? Tell me the truth. I was like you when I was 19 years old studying this. I say, I'm never gonna do this in my life, and I wore this forever. And now I'm teaching this. So you imagine, this is gonna be in your life in some way.
I think also one of these really actually give you money in the envelope, $2.
Give you right. That is, it's something that is ¿cómo se dice? It's well paid. It's give you resources.
Yeah, and these guys put money in the envelope and send
Yeah.
it to people.
Yeah, yeah. So,
It's part of the marketing budget.
yeah.
It's $2.
So Jax is saying something for the ones that don't know or don't have experience. This community here, Nielsen, which is one of the largest companies in research, Nielsen was sending envelopes with money to the household with this survey in the last year at the end of the year. So Jax is saying how they can do this. Wow, what kind of budget they have. You know, I don't know if some of you receive it. I did. I received it. Jax received it. Some of you received this survey, Nielsen, with money in the envelope, no? But yes, that happened. That happened. And sometimes you will have invitation in your email or something like that. Actually, I don't know if you remember Facebook, or original from Facebook, no? Stan requesting you for, I don't know if you hear about it or read it in your email, requesting certain cooperation for survey. And what Jack said is the truth. They have a strong budget to develop this survey. And it's well paid for you as professional. That's what I was trying to tell you too. Comments. Thank you, Jax. That's so valuable. Another comment, tell me, is you think it's difficult? It's possible as soon as we practice. It's practice. And the same with interactive and direct marketing. It's practice. Let me go to the last one. And I'm going to give you a break because we have something else to do. Skincare. So here the same. This is one of you that did it. Remember that introduction always, right? Think how you will introduce to your customer a skincare survey, okay? But as introduction, right? Remember that the data is anonymous, etc. And here, can diet really affect acne? I don't know exactly here. The purpose, we can ask them if this population is impacted by acne. That's something we can ask to them. And also, very important, ask them the age, because we can make cross-tab with the age and the result for the skincare. And we can know the 15 years old people, or let's say an age, 20 years old take care of the acne different than 50 years old. It's something to know, right? But, and here you can see those open questions in terms of tabulation, like we saw before, is more work. So my advice to researchers is try to close your questions, multiple choice, like we say, right? Instead of open, we will use open. Like in this research, Nielsen used a lot of open questions. It's more work for coding, but I try to avoid the open question. So at the end, you have a less volume because you will have volume of data, even if it's in technology like this or paper. I can see my community is done for now. I'm going to give you a break because I will have you something for later. So let's come back 10:25. I think we can do this. Yeah. Let's come back 10:25 to finish something I have for you, and you have a break. You're free like a bird until 10:25. And I'm here in case you need something. My community that don't have PSP Fire, try to download, please, or download the demo for IBM statistics so we can have some practice in the future. No buying, just use the free version. And we can practice next week. SPSS for your benefits. It's not my benefit because it's more work for me and this is marketing, but I want that you have idea because it's a tool that you can use for marketing. SPSS. And for everything else, statistics.
उसको शांति बोलते हैं क्या?
अभी वाइब्रेट
से बात कर रही
आगे बैठे समझा ना क्योंकि समझा नहीं हम लोग रात में से
Sí, porque
You can join us.
yeah, I'm going.
You're
Yes,
coming?
yes, I promise. I'm going. Thank you. Let's see. Tengo eso, no, yo lo que voy a hacer es hacerlo. Ay, Dios mío, comida de éxito.
No, it's sweet.
Está bueno, gracias. Thank you. Me encanta, love it. It's so good, Angie. Me gusta, it's good. It's not spicy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Egyptian food, no spicy.
Egyptian food not spicy. Good to know.
Yeah.
It's good, it's good. Mm. If we cannot download this PSP, let's download SPSS IBM, the trial, so we can practice. Let me see if the kids give me these things they drink. They are so good.
सीता मासी ने आज तुम कुछ भी कर दो